Rating in Classic is about to get a whole lot harder. Are we gonna watch this one? I guess he talks about the...
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Willie here. So far, Rating in Classic has been a bit of a
I mean, dude, there's a lot of views. I think this one is this. I feel like the people like this guy. He looks good. Well, yeah, you guys like Willie?
down, shall we say. Not to say that I haven't been
By the way, Kitoon is my favorite, one of my favorite fight.
enjoying it personally. I still raid on 2 characters per week and have been doing so for months, but for many people, certain expectations were set from a very early phase of the game. Be it from your glory days in vanilla, tales from friends about how hardcore the game was back then, or just reading epics about progression, guild drama, and the thrill of landing first kills from players who took on the challenge of raiding back in the day. And then Classic finally comes along. We get our hands on the game, hit level cap, got...
I'm living the dream, man. I'm streaming now for full time, playing playing Classic. Then after TBC with Karazhan, I like volume up, okay, and. If I'm lucky, I got wrapped, man. That will be... And afterwards, I'm like a variety streamer. I don't think I'll be playing... Unless there's a new MMO. But for sure. Guild Drama, what's up? But you know what I mean? Like, I'm really happy, man, to be honest. Dude, Rat... I mean, if they do TBC and they see it work out, I wouldn't be surprised they're gonna do Rat. So I'm really fucking lucky, man. Now, let's see, like, if they release TBC, then Rat. For how long, like, years I have of content, man, on stream? 4 years? Even 5 years, no? Around 5 years. With Classic right now, it's 5 years. Like 5, that's insane. No, I'm not doing Kato, like I'm stopping afterwards. And I think they're gonna stop after Rat, there's no way.
Together our pre-best in slot, took our first steps into Molten Core, and completely rolled over it. I mean, the first Molten Core clear by Apes was done in the same reset as the game release. Just imagine that again. These guys were level 1, fresh character, 0 in-game advantages over anyone else. By the end of the week, they had cleared the first raid, and Elixir as well, by the way. Blackwing Lair was cleared within an hour of release, of around 42 minutes to be exact. Even now, top guilds in Classic are closing in on a sub 20-minute Blackwing Lair speed clear, which is absolutely unthinkable for many guilds to be even halfway through the...
Oh, really? That's crazy, though. Oh, salad bakers are... Oh, really? Hey, 25 warrior. Wait, what is this? Wait, 8 hunter? Really? Why hunter? I don't get it. Why the hunter? Oh, it's 8 ranch. Okay. I was like, what the fuck?
The instance by that point. In fact, looking at speed clears, it is pretty interesting to see what's being done, but it's not a realistic standard to set yourself up against. When you hear people claim Classic raiding is easy because these guys can blast through it so fast, it's not really true. I mean, it is easy, but I don't think your raid has 24 warriors
hey,
geared
only
to the
8
teeth
ranch,
like they
man.
do. When comparing it to vanilla, Ragnaros in Molten Core was the boss that, statistically, has lived for the longest ever time in World of Warcraft's history, with the Frontier men back in the day taking 154 days to douse the Fire Lord. Nefarian took 77 days to defeat, and then Cthulhu, well, I'll talk about that in a moment. I know there are so many factors which means we...
You know what I like the most from salad bakers? Try to guess. Anyone want to guess? Did I say thank you, Solin? Thank you very much for Twitch Prime. Yeah, the name of the guild. And they are nice as well, but I like the name of the guild, that's the first thing. I really like it, actually, it sounds good.
Can't directly compare these two stats between then and now, but I thought it might be a cool thing to include. The real factor behind the easing Classic's raiding scene is the fact that we're on a 1.12 server, with all the benefit that that entails. Vanilla was breaking new grounds for Blizzard. Classes, raids, talents, items, you name it. Everything had bugs, inconsistencies, or just not quite working as intended. Over time, certain classes have changed considerably. Whole talent trees have been reworked, bosses toned down and nerfed, punishing factors like speed of trash respawning nerfed. Classes were given more defined strengths, items changed to be more fitting of the...
Yo, it's so good, but it doesn't look good at all. You guys want to see one more time? Look at that. It looks like nothing, bro. Like legit. I don't even like. I will say what the fuck. But it's actually really fucking good, chat. It's like chicken with sweet potato and I'm not sure. the rest.
The specializations they've designed for. I mean, you can even see it now as we progress through Classic. During questing, you get plenty of items which are just complete nonsense. I mean, cloth with strength or agility, for example. What, are you trying to be the strongest mage in the land literally or something? Whereas now, especially in ZG, we have so many items, even rare quality items, which are better than things you can get from Molten Core. Even Diamol had so many new items that just made more sense, especially for healers. On top of this, our classes play like a best of a version of themselves. We have the final iterations, around 2 years of Blizzard and the player base's combined learning of who does what and who does it best. Talents are much more refined, there's less fluff in there. Add on top of this the fact that we're going into raids knowing how it all works, and you have a recipe for success on your hands. I remember a little while ago now, I did that whole gatekeeping video, as Blackwing Lure was certainly a step up from Molten Core, there's no doubt about that. Especially guilds finding it a bit more difficult on certain bosses like Firemaw. Fortunately for me, I'd saved all the...
Will you ever see a company releasing the same game after 15 years and see so many people playing it?
Stuff I've done, so I still have the screenshots I took back then of how the progress distribution looked. This was about 3 resets into Blackwing Lure as well, if I remember right. Checking WoW progress today and, well, see for yourself. You know what I think is interesting here? There's less than a 10% difference in guilds that have been able to clear Blackwing Lure compared to Molten Core. But with us closing in on Phase 5 and the release of HQ, every day we're getting closer and closer to finally hitting the day where our talents and gear is balanced to be. This is the double edge in the jumping content difficulty that's not really touched on so much. And yes, we're still a while off since AQ will be patch 1.9 and we're still on 1.12, remember. Saying that, many big class changes and quality of life buffs happened in 1.9, like greater blessings being made a thing, but even more ended up happening in 1.11, which was when Nax Ramus came out, so we're still ahead of the curve in terms of power, but the curve is getting flatter.
My god, the dispel was long, bro.
With all that in mind, I fully expect AQ40 and AQ20 for that matter to both be fully cleared the same day the gate is opened on whichever server opens it first. I would be far more surprised if that were not the case. Now, Ruins of AQ or AQ20 isn't really on too many people's bucket list, it kind of gets pushed to the side by its life.
I think this spot is my favorite spot in AQ20. Straight up. I remember I was doing it back then, 15 years ago on my Warrior, man. I did like this fight, actually. AQ20, the zone looks so cool, man. So is AQ40. And I really like this instance, actually. The music inside, the mob, the fight, everything. Look at them. It looks so nice, man.
Larger sister raid, and in many ways it's just a step up from ZG, but still similar. Smaller raid, shorter lockout, fairly basic once you've seen the place through.
That is true though. CS 1.6 deserve a remake. I think you're right, yeah. I will play straight up.
1 or 2 times. Not exactly going to be breaking.
Yeah, look at that.
This one. It has got some really nice items in there though, as well as being great for the Cenarian Circle rep, so you will want to be doing it, but it's not expected to be that big guild breaker. How about AQ40 though? Well, this marathon as a raid is a bit of a different story, but will it live up to the legacy of old, or fall flat as raiding has so far? From
I played back then,
corner of the raid, you have a boss that many people would put over anything
1.5
in terms of difficulty and raid coordination needed. A boss that embodies the term gatekeeper, prophet, scarum. Now, I'm not someone who makes raid guides and will not do so for Classic on my channel, as I simply feel I'm not well positioned to do so, since there are many more people with first-hand experience who can
even talk about it
in a better manner. But just for an idea, this boss splits into 3 clones at each 25% health lost. He can mind control, reset threat, spam earth shocks.
This fight could be hard though, actually. I feel like the first boss is harder than the next few boss, actually.
Spell and use Arcane Explosion, which has to be kicked. Oh, and when he splits, each of his clones can do all this as well, meaning this boss requires far more coordination and on-the-fly thinking than pretty much anything that's come before it. It's a very chaotic encounter, designed to test your raider's ability to recognize a bad situation and react to it quickly and appropriately. Imagine back in vanilla when getting world buffs wasn't really a thing yet either, because real progression and going in blind do not mix well with getting world buffs. Moving through the core of AQ, much of it is going steady and not making any glaring mistakes. I don't...
Okay. Yo, by the way, Examine, thank you so much for the Prime 4 months. Now I do have a question. Is that true that... What the fuck is... Okay, yeah, I remember. Is it true that at some point you will have a lot of tier 2.5 pieces, but you won't have enough mats to get them, so you will need to buy it out of the auction house? Is that true? Anyone remember? Oh, really? But yeah, you bet. Okay, but they do drop in AQ20, no? What the mass you need? It's mass like a little bit randomly in the instance. They drop everywhere. Oh, the idol are. Oh, really? Okay.
I think Princess Hooharan will be too much of an issue for most guilds. You just need 15 players with a good level of nature resist gear, and I think she will be going down fast enough for most people. We'll see if I'm right on that one. In fact, many people will put the next big challenge after Scarab to be as late as Twin Emperors, the penultimate boss in the instance. Then again, much of it comes down to making sure that threat is being handled correctly. This is where the Warlock tanks come in. As the bosses swap place, they wipe threat, and then the closest player gains a large amount of threat. If they get too close to each other, they will rapidly heal to full. One Emperor is immune to magic, the other physical.
Guys, I
Making
cheated,
sure
man.
health bars, you don't have to balance your raid composition too either.
This boss is kind of super easy, though. That's why I'm saying like this boss is more easy than the first boss. Guys, I bought some cookie, and it's been a while I didn't bought cookies. I bought cookies with noix macadam. I always say the noix macadam. You know the nuts macadam nuts with white chocolates made with real butter. Oh, it's gonna be good. Sorry about the burp, no. But yo, it's gonna be fucking good. Wow, Payo cheated. We are so surprised. I didn't steal. No, I'm waiting though. But yeah, cookies, man. Macadam, white chocolate. And though it's been a while, I didn't do that. It's been like 6 years. I bought chocolate milk, chocolate almond milk. Show us. I cannot touch it. I'm waiting 48 hours to touch it because I did order my food yesterday. So usually whenever I order food, I wait 48 hours before touching it. Corona S. 5 head in the chat. I never ever try. I like the, you know what? I like the almond milk. It's really good. Without sugar. I feel like you drink water and it's super good, and there's vitamin D, there's a lot of vitamin in it. I never ever drink almond chocolate milk. Anyone ever try it? Is it even good? Well, we're gonna see. I bought 2. Payo, just wash it up. I will never wash it off. What I usually do is I never ever wash my stuff, and I didn't ever get the corona. What I wait 48 hours before. Then whenever I touch it, I wash I wash my hands afterwards. Yo, what is this? Guys, Dr. ASAP, man.
The
Alright.
past Emperor are the dreaded Cthulhu trash. Several packs of completely nightmarish
Sorry
mobs
about
in a
that,
row
man.
who have such fun mechanics as an AoE banner burn, mind controls, including being able to mind control a tank, doing an AoE fear upon death, whirlwind cleaves, enrages. Oh, and they all come in packs of 5 at a time. If you're unlucky, you can get 4 mobs in one pack that all have mind control. Doing this trash after Emperors will be its own form of progression for many.
Best in slot though, it's wash your thing. Everything you buy, you wash it. But me, I just don't touch it for 38 hours. Even maybe sometimes more than that. I heard that the Corona on the plastic lasts for 48 hours. Is that true? I guess it is. And whenever I touch it, I always wash my hands afterwards with the warm water. I really take care of... I don't want the Corona. They don't know, bro? Okay, don't bro me if you don't know me, if you don't mind. Because I never seen you before in my chat. And you bro me?
Many guilds on how they should handle the massive amount of variables that can take place here. I would also be remiss not to give an honourable mention to Oro 2, who tends to be forgotten about as it's an optional boss. An optional boss that wasn't defeated until after Cthulhu, by the way, 1 day later that is. Like Cthulhu, he was tuned to a
this boss
threshold and has some pretty punishing mechanics.
Yo! Oh my god, I need... Anyone has an old school video about Euro? And if they put the music, I won't be able to... Sacre. Yo, there's a video, it's so good. If I remember, it was a mage. And anyone seen that video? It lasts 20 seconds. There's a really nice song in it. And they just go and they wipe in 15 seconds. It was their very first try on Euro. And it's a back then video about 15 years ago. Anyone ever seen that? It is amazing. I'm gonna try to find it out. But this is by far my favorite fight in the classic Euro. Oh, actually, bro, it has to be Cthulhu. But after Cthulhu, then it's I like this fight. It's a really nice fight. Cthulhu, then Euro. Guys, what is your top 2 fight in classic in AQ40. It has to be Euro or Ketoon in that top 2. There's no way.
Mechanics that can easily wipe your raid if just one player gets something wrong. But I don't want to focus too much on the big worm, because just
I'm gonna
now,
try to
like
find the
back
video.
in the day, many more people were interested in killing an old god than a big sandworm. The reason you ever came to this raid in the first place was for
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
What is the
an
name
old
of
god, a
Euro?
horror locked away beneath the scorching sands of Sisyphus, and he would prove to be a real
What was the name of Euro? I want to see though. It's U. How do we spell Euro?
thing wrong. But I don't want to
I'm gonna
focus
try to
too
find
much
the
on the
video.
big worm, because just tuned to a
Ah,
very
Euro.
high
Okay,
threshold.
Euro. Sorry.
Whoever came to this raid in the first place was for
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
an
Well.
old god, a horror locked away beneath the scorching sands of Sisyphus, and he would prove to be a real challenge.
Oh, I think I
Too
got
much
it.
of a challenge,
But there's a
perhaps.
music.
Cthulhu has a legacy of his own to uphold beyond almost any other
No,
boss.
it's not
When
this
people
one.
look back to vanilla, they say how this guy was the
Can someone try to find it for me, bro? It's the video. It's like a 9 years old video, and it lasts 2 seconds. It's really funny. There's a music in it, though. I'm trying to find it, but god damn it.
real
It's a
deal.
super
After
short
all, he
video.
went undefeated pre-nerf, but once the nerfs came, it took one reset before many big guilds progressing on him landed their first kill.
I
Cthulhu
don't
lived for a
find it.
total of 113 days. So what was the deal?
It's a
pre-nerf?
lion
Was
side.
everybody
It
just
was a
bad?
mage.
Was it really
It
mathematically?
was a lion side. It was a mage, and then the video lasts like 15 seconds. It just show like how hard Euro could be, but I don't find it sadly. If someone has it, please whisper me on Discord. I will deeply appreciate that. Oh, I think I got. No, I don't have it. God damn it. Whatever.
Impossible.
Anyone know what I'm talking
Game
about? What do you know what I'm
director
talking
claimed
about,
it was
Sean?
back then, or was it something else entirely? I mean, from this very post, we can see that phase 1 for them would last a staggering 6 minutes on a good attempt. From what I could find, the real difficulty was the fight was pretty much overtuned, and even overtuned for the time period. It did, however, start to drive guilds towards the real first looks into min-maxing, full raids flasking up and bringing consumables.
Thank you,
that we'd
Sozori.
never heard of before this. On Cthulhu,
Almost
every
a
single
year,
player can
Opad.
be a
My
light.
god, bro. David, what's up, bro? You guys can have some poggers in the chat for David. David, tier 1, 11 months, man. I hope you're doing well, bro. Sozori, thanks for the tier 1, 2 months. Guys, poggers in there for David. What's up, bro? I guess you're... Did you ever stop working, bro? I don't think you did, huh?
Ability. You couldn't afford any
Okay,
longer
I'm
to
done
bring
posing,
window
sorry.
shoppers.
But I gotta say
Everybody
hi
had
and
to have
say
some sense
thanks for
of
the
how their
sub, bro.
class worked and be very aware of
Sorry.
their surroundings. And that made it a considerable step up from the raid content that we'd seen previously. But it wasn't just numerically a challenge, it was buggy. This is the side that's mentioned a bit less. In fact, I went trailing through patch notes to see what I could find, and in terms of Cthulhu nerfs that Blizzard explicitly mentioned, there is pretty much just this in patch 1.10, about 2 months after AQ had been released at this point. Tentacles spawning from the ground would near one-shot healers and throw them into the air, where full damage would finish them off. Tentacles could spawn on you one after the other. I mean,
No, you know the boss, is he gonna talk about this boss? What is the name of the boss? It looks like a Uzi. You know the Uzi, the boss lasts like 30 seconds, huh? Not even.
you
Super
get
fast.
one shot with no real chance at counterplay. Tentacles spawned in the stomach
Got for a
area,
week, so
they
but
were
what, take
supposed to
some,
spawn at all, meaning anybody who got devoured
But just chill, man, on those vacations. Yeah, VCGs, it lasts like 2 seconds. Yo, David, what's up, bro? When did you take a vacation? Oh, is it like constriction vacation, I guess?
is from Ian showing this kind of behaviour
No, it's
on
not,
Green and
right?
Cthulhu. So when the fixes came around to both the bugs as well as the nerfs to the health of the tentacles, which was outlined as the original issue many people had, it went down
It's
pretty
probably so fun.
quickly.
But yo,
There was
David, good
even
to
some
see you, bro. I hope you're
speculation
doing
about
well, man.
clever use of game mechanics noted here in the patch from Nihilum, involving the disgusting oozling pet aura, removing debuffs as a contributing factor, who knows. Somewhat frustrating for many to see the boss drop so fast after nerfs, and much of a relief for others. See, when you wipe on Cthulhu, you can't just resurrect, you have to run back. It's about a 15-minute run, and that's with one of the mounts. Without, well, I hope
Whoa, what? Is it? Oh, yeah, because you need to run back to the instance. Then, holy shit, he's right, though. Wait, when you die, do you spawn at scenario circle? No, I think he's right. Wait, when you no, the no, the graveyard. No, it's not. It's near the instance. Yeah, it's near the instance. Maybe not 15 minutes, but near. Like, it's kind of long. But it's not 15 minutes. There's no way. With your mom?
you have a movie or something ready to go. Why can't you res? Well, peeking around the corner and having a little look at the boss is the fastest way to get your whole...
No, I know there's no teleport, but bro, still, like, but it's true that it's long. That's true. Did you ever see that, chat? I'm gonna show you something. Like, dude, did you ever see my video? But the God, I cannot show because there's a fucking sound in it, man. God damn it. All right, I'm done.
Raid group deleted due to I-beam, which is
I miss the whenever we, whatever.
like chain lightning, but it goes forever and gets more powerful with each jump. So rezzing people
Nah,
inside
but
the room is quite impossible
without the music, it's not good, bro. You won't like it. It's just
because
bad.
of this. But at the end of the day, what we're getting is the post-nerf content.
Oh,
And
yo,
the same, I think that Blackwing Lure was a step up from Molten Core, and this will be an even greater one
What's up, Miss
comparatively.
Fiona? Happy
Any
Father's
thoughts on
Day.
how
Yo,
it
happy
will
Father's
go
Day
for
to all
you
the
for your
fathers in
guild?
the
I know
chat.
I'm looking forward to
I need to
taking
call
that
my
on.
father,
As always, I
actually.
do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. If you like what you see, give the video a like and subscribe, as there's plenty more to come.
Okay.
As always, thank you all so much for watching.
like.
Take care.
I like and I subscribe. Alright. That was a good video, actually. God damn it, are you kidding me? Guys. Yapotenko or AU? I would like to finish my AU and get something. Yo, Niskin, what's up, bro? And Nikit, what's up? Thanks.
Poggers.